Hello everybody and welcome once again to a vlog. It's been a while since the last one, hasn't it? Yeah, well, I got a little bit sidetracked with health and fitness challenge on top of what I'm doing for the channel in terms of LPs and streams, and these kind of got pushed to the side a little bit, but now's a good time to do this one, and I'll let you know right at the very end why it's a good time for this particular vlog, and it's just give me a kick up the backside to do one. But yeah, a couple of things I want to discuss. And hopefully we'll bring this in under 20 minutes. We'll try. You're not getting any other videos today, so you might as well get a slightly longer vlog. Why not? Okay, so in the last vlog, I told you about the fact that I was going to Manchester with a friend. Yes, we booked to go to Manchester in the August bank holiday because she had to cancel in June for her birthday because she got a burster in her leg. So, you know, we went in the August bank holiday. The weather was absolutely glorious. So much so that I wore shorts, flossies and a t-shirt whilst going out in Manchester, you know, partying, which is very unlike me because I do not wear that kind of attire in England. I only wear that kind of attire when I'm on holiday. You know, I just don't routinely go out in shorts and pumps because it's just not me really. I think cover my legs up, you know what I mean? No one wants to see my knobbling knees that have been knocked about at football. But it was that hot, I had to put that on to maintain a level of coolness in terms of the temperature, not the fashion statement. I'm sure I looked a right bloody mess. But anyway, what I'm getting at is we had a great time. It was Pride weekend, as somebody told me on the comments of the vlog. Didn't know when we booked it. We just booked it because it was August bank holiday and she had time off. So we went on the Friday, we came back on the Sunday, the glorious sunshine for the 3 days, and because it was the Pride weekend, a lot of the areas were cordoned off, were shut down. So we thought, you know what? We're going to get involved in this. We're going to enjoy ourselves. It was a great friendly atmosphere, a party atmosphere. We had a great time, music, some live music. You know, partying in the street. It was in the warm weather. It was really good. It just happened to be very good timing as well, because it worked out really well. So we had a right old time. The one thing that was a slight issue was the apartment. I'd booked an apartment on booking.com. It was down as a 4-star apartment. I didn't look into it too much, you know, looked at the pictures, which were internal pictures. It looked clean, it looked fine. It was down as a 4-star. The ratings were pretty good on the reviews, and it was a decent price. You know, 80 quid each, I think it was, for 2 nights. And it was close to the city centre without being too close to it. The prices were increased. It was down as having its parking facilities, Wi-Fi. It was down as having continental breakfast. So I was like, yeah, we're not going to be in there for a massive amount of time. We're going to be out most of the day. We're just going to sleep there and maybe have a few pre-drinks in there, some snacks. So we get there after our slattery morning feast, and we're driving down this road, and the name of the apartment was Rusholme Rooms in the area of Rusholme of Manchester. It means nothing to me. I don't know Manchester at all. So we're driving down this road and we're seeing a load of different kinds of shops. You know, the Indian sweet shops, clothes shops, Polish market, you know, Turkish takeaway, Afghan takeaway, all lining the street. And it's like, okay, this is a rather interesting area. Not quite where I expect to have booked an apartment, certainly. And the sat-nav is pinging, bing bing, your destination is 300 metres up the road. Is it? And my friend is horrified at this point. She's like, oh, we're not staying here, are we? That's what the sat-nav's telling us. We missed it on the first drive past. And we're, where is it? I can't find it. We had to come back around again, do another lap, and go really slow. And oh, it's there, red door, little red door by the side of an Indian's clothes shop. And you know, oh right, where's the parking facility that was advertised? You know what? I'll park in. There was a street over the road, like just an estate, housing estate. There's a street over there. I'll put the car in there. A little cul-de-sac it was. You could see it from where we were. At the entrance to the apartment. We'll put it over there for the time being. We'll find out where the parking facility is, and then we'll move it. Anyway, so we go inside, get buzzed in. Man comes down, the owner comes down to greet us in his pyjamas at 1:30 in the afternoon. He says, oh, sorry about the clothes. Oh, not a problem, not a problem. Can we check in early? We're early. We're supposed to check in at 3. Can we check in early? He said, yeah, not a problem. There's the keys. I'll show you to your room. Showed us to the room. It was clean. Can't argue with it. Double bed, 2 single beds. Mother's hoovering downstairs. I don't know if you can hear it. 2 single beds. She always sabotages my videos. And it was clean. Wardrobes, drawers, you know, mirrors. Couldn't complain with the cleanliness of the room, and it was a decent size. So that looked nice. It was a shared bathroom and a shared kitchen because it was apartments. I expected that. I think it was advertised in the listing, so I was aware of that. My friend wasn't. She wasn't very happy. So yeah, okay, fine. Areas looked a bit ropey. Apartment's clean. Where's the parking? He says, oh yes, I'll show you. Oh, lovely. We look out the window of the bedroom. It's over there. What, that cul-de-sac street? He said, yeah, that's the parking. That's just a street. That's not on-site parking. But you can park there. Well, of course you can park there. It's a public road, and that's where I'm at. That's my car. Oh, you found it then, he said. Okay, look, show us the facilities. Okay, I'll show you to the kitchen. Continental breakfast. Oh, he says yes, continental breakfast in the morning. Continental breakfast was eggs, jam, and bread. Is it continental breakfast ham, croissants, some cheese, you know, a few other little bits and bats? No. Ham, jam and eggs, which you're going to make yourself. Ah, right. Don't mean to be picky, but this is a little bit of false advertising if you ask me. But anyway, I had a bag full of snacks, loads of crisps, about 3 large packets of party-sized bag crisps, about 6 chocolate bars, a litre bottle of Morgan spiced rum with mixer. Because it was a shared kitchen, you went down the road to the local Tesco Express, got a big bag of ice to put in as drinks, got that in the freezer. It ended up being fine. Unbeknownst to me when I booked it, but when we did some research about the area whilst we were there, it was actually on the famous Curry Mile. Yeah, so back in the 90s, you know, this Curry Mile of Manchester was quite famous for having loads of high quality Indian restaurants where you could get a really nice curry called the Curry Mile. It's now more like the takeaway mile, to be fair. There's hardly any proper Indian restaurants left, but the place came alive in the evening. It was very interesting. By daytime it was relatively busy, but by nighttime it was like a different area altogether. People were milling around up and down the street. There were loads of cars filing down the road, traffic jams, people eating in the restaurants. It was like being in like Greece or Spain on holiday in an evening. The place came alive, and it actually was quite an eye-opening experience. Me and my mate, every night we came back on the Friday night after we'd been drinking, after the Saturday night after we'd been drinking, we had a bit of a walk up and down the road to see what it was about, and it was actually quite fun. So yeah, it was a rather interesting experience. But there you go. The pitfalls of not doing your research properly. I got my hand slapped for that little faux pas. Next time she said, I want you to book us into the Hilton. Okay, love, not a problem. We won't be going to rush home rooms again then. So yeah, but anyway, on the whole, Manchester was great. It was, I said, it was a very glorious weekend with the weather, and yeah, it was nice to be out on the street partying like there was no tomorrow. Okay, so speaking of sort of breaks, I'm going on holiday in 6 weeks. Yes, I've got another holiday booked. We're off on another cruise, me and the mother. We're off to the Caribbean, flying to America and 2 weeks around the Caribbean. It's going to be very nice, hopefully, fingers crossed. So looking forward to that. The reason why I bring this up is because my passport is currently with the passport office, being renewed. A bit late, you say? You're going in 6 weeks and you're just doing this now? Yeah. I had my passport on my desk because I'm renewing my mortgage fixed term. My fixed term is ending. I'm going to renew another fixed term. So they want all your documents, passport being one of them, you know, your bank statements, etc. So my passport was on my desk because I provided that to my mortgage broker. And she picked it up to take the mick of the picture. Look at your fat face, she said. Look at your fat face, look at that. How old's this picture? I said, well, look, it's 10 years old probably. And she went, oh, your passport runs out in February. Does it? Yeah. I'm going on holiday in 6 weeks. Don't you need 6 months on your passport to travel abroad? Oh, I think you do. Shoot. Crumbs, I said. Slightly harsher word than that. Crumbs! Better get it renewed as a matter of urgency. So, yeah. It's now with the passport office. Send it in with my new picture, which you took digitally. It's all changed since I last did this. You can take a picture on your phone, upload it, it crops your head, sends it digitally. All very efficient. And I'm going to hear back within 3 weeks. I hope so. I hope there's no backlog with this Brexit nonsense, because it's cutting it fine. Then I get my passport back. I've got to apply for an ESTA to get into America. That could take a handful of days to process. Woohoo, 6 weeks to go. I'm not quite sweating yet, but if this doesn't come back within the next 3 weeks, I'm going to start to panic. Dear, dear, dear. It's a good job she picked the passport up to take the mickey of me. Otherwise, this could have been far, far worse. But yeah, keep your fingers crossed, folks, that this comes back nice and smooth and there's no hitches, because it's a little bit close. It's a little bit tight. And finally, just to finish this section off, I told you that I'd signed up to become a role player at work as a bit of a thing on the side. It's an unpaid position. It's just a way for you to help out the tax academy for new trainees that are getting trained in a variety of different tax professions. You can become a role player for when they do their interviews and things. You play the role of a disgruntled customer or whatever. You get given a variety of different roles to act out so that they can test their investigation skills and interviewing skills. So anyway, yeah, got accepted, went for the induction. I've now got my first assignment. Got my first assignment. I'm playing a fish fryer. I'm playing a fish fryer, role-playing a fish fryer with a variety of different business entities, some of which might or might not be declared on the self-assessment tax return, and they're going to have to try and get information from me about this. And depending on how they question me and the attitude they take will depend upon how I respond. I've been given a full brief, like a 5-page brief as to how I should react if questioned in a certain way. You've got a little bit of scope for a bit of improv. So I'm going to really look forward to playing the role of Mr. Fry, the fish fryer. So I'll let you know how that goes. It's on the 25th of October. So looking forward to carrying out some role play in the workplace, as well as some role play in my LPs as well. It's going to be good fun. Right. So that's the kind of non-channel based stuff. Now we're going to switch to channel based stuff to finish this off. 12 minutes gone. We might bring this on 20 minutes. First of all, I'm going to just discuss briefly I've got a couple of things in my mind in relation to how I operate in terms of my uploading and my game series. Now, I've been doing this for 9 years. And YouTube and people's habits and how they watch things has changed in 9 years, but I haven't really changed. And what I do is I upload everything that I record, pretty much, and have these great long series that go on for many a month, and in the case of Skyrim, for instance, many a year. And that's all well and good, but there's an issue with that now. I say now, there's always been an issue with it, but now it's becoming an issue for me more, because over the next few months there's going to be a lot of games coming out that I want to play, and I don't play games off camera. I generally only play games on camera, so I want to play them on camera for you and for my own enjoyment. But there's Total War 3 Kingdoms, there's another series of CK2 I want to do, Holy Fury. Last of Us 2 is coming out now in February. We've got Cyberpunk in April. There's Pillars of Eternity 2 to slot in there at some point as well. So that's at least 5 games coming up in the next 6 months, or that are already out, that I want to play. And if I'm taking 6 months per series, that's a long time to try and get through these games. So I'm looking now at slightly little things that I can do to kind of help me to get through the series a bit quicker. And the thing that I'm contemplating is cutting out the extraneous things from my recording. So I'm going to record and commentate on a session as normal, as I normally do now, and I'm certainly not going to change my style. I'm not going to go any quicker, rush through things. I'm certainly going to keep the narrative and the story driven stuff, because that's how I enjoy playing. But there are certain times in games where there's a bit of dead time, where you're travelling between locations where nothing really happens, and I just fill it with commentary for the sake of filling it with commentary. And there's situations where there might be, like if I say in Baldur's Gate, where there's lots of inventory management, you know, 2 or 3 minutes worth of fannying around with inventory. Some people like to see that. I know I like watching that sometimes when I'm just trying to chill out. But it adds to the length of the video, which adds to the length of the uploading time, which you know, and you're not missing much if that's cut out. You know, if I'm keeping in the story-driven narrative stuff, keeping in all of the in-game narrative, and you know, and keeping in all the other kind of, you know, the battles, the fights, and other stuff, then cutting out that extraneous stuff is not really losing too much, but it is shaving time off the video, and it is allowing me to record slightly longer sessions, because I know that if I record for an hour and 15 minutes, I'm going to cut out approximately 20 minutes of that, and so the video is going to be shorter. So what that will allow me to do in terms of speeding me up playing through the game is I can record longer sessions because I'm not uploading the whole lot. Now I've just slightly tried this out with Baldur's Gate, kind of slightly cut out some of the inventory management and some of the backtracking. You may have noticed, or you might not have noticed. Let me know either way, but I've started doing that to a lesser extent just to see how it sort of fits. I don't want it to become too jarring, too jump cutty. I don't want that, but it does help to keep the pacing up, in addition to the streaming every 10 videos as well. You know, I don't want my game series ending up being, you know, epic long sagas, if we can get away with it. Some games are longer than others, and we'll have to tackle that when we come to it. But if I can do little things just to help keep the pacing up where possible without being too overboard, then now's a good time to experiment with that, especially with so many good games coming out and games that I want to play. You know, that's something that's in the forefront of my mind. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm not going to start this properly until the next game series. So yes, with Baldur's Gate, I'll still continue to do it to a sort of a lesser extent, but it'll start properly, and I'll start looking really properly at how I can cut certain things out with the next game series that starts. Whether it's a main series or whether it's a side series, whatever happens first. It's probably going to be the side series. Yeah, can't really change the stream series, can we, I suppose? So they'll just continue as normal. But yeah, for the other stuff, look at another slight way to kind of help with the pacing issue, because I don't want series to drag on unnecessarily long really anymore. But yeah, if we get another sort of Elder Scrolls game or whatever, that'll be rather interesting to see how that's going to work, but we'll see. Thoughts will have to be given to how we can approach these slightly longer series without impacting too much on the you know, the narrative and the development of the character, which is always the fun part for me. Okay, so that's that covered, which leaves us a couple of minutes to discuss the last 2 issues that I have. Well, I say issues. The first thing is Patreon. Thank you everybody that's rolled over, and I think pretty much everybody's rolled over again for another month, so I just want to say a massive thank you for that. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much. And to James Taylor, let me get this name right now, I do have my screen open. I think it was James Taylor. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me see. I had this in my memory. It is James Taylor. Thank you for James Taylor, who has signed up to Patreon since the last vlog. Thank you very much. It is much appreciated. As I said, all of this donation that is going towards a pot of pennies that will be saved and put back into the channel. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And the reason why I bring it up is to say I said I would let you know every month an update to the Patreon situation. And second of all, my keyboard has gone kaput on me. Yes, my keyboard's about 5 years old. I came home from work today, sat down, did some typing, and the computer went to sleep. I was like, oh, what the hell has happened here? Started it up again, tippy tappy again, and it went to sleep. What the hell is going on? Put it back on again. Poof. Okay, there's something wrong with my computer. Big sigh. I hate it when my computer starts playing up. I get right frustrated. So I put it back on again. Started to Google what's the problem. Reinstalled my graphics driver. You know, did a virus scan. I had a look at if I could reinstall my keyboard drivers. You know, what the hell's going on? Just, asked a few questions on Discord, help me out here, what's going on? Anyway, I did a quick Google search and somebody said, I've got the similar problem, and when I press my volume up key on my keyboard, if you've got different keyboard shortcuts on there, it did something, and something else happened when I pressed something else. I thought, oh, how very strange. Oh, the reason why I knew it was the keyboard, sorry, I got ahead of myself. The reason why I knew it was the keyboard is because I kind of were like, oh, and every time I was pressing a certain button, it seemed to happen. So I thought, wait a second. It seems to be when I'm pressing the left control button. So anyway, press the left control button, and lo and behold, it shut the computer down. So I thought, aha, it's the keyboard. Anyway, so that's why I googled about the keyboard, and somebody else had this problem, and so I started playing with other keys on my keyboard. If I press the right control, it opens the calculator. If I press the calculator, it opens a new tab. If I press the 0 button, it presses the hash key. So my keyboard has gone completely to hell. I'm thinking, okay, reinstall, do a hard restart of the computer. What's the problem? Plug another keyboard in there, it was fine. So it's the keyboard has probably now, after 5 years, decided it wants to give up the ghost. So I need a new keyboard. So with my Patreon pot of money that I've got over the past sort of 3 months now, it's going to allow me to purchase a new keyboard. So that is the next purchase for the Patreon money. But before I purchase this new keyboard, the question to you all is, what on earth shall I purchase? What keyboards do you recommend? Now, I'm not a cutting edge gamer that's going to be playing Call of Duty or playing some kind of first person shooter, Fortnite or some crap like that. Sorry, Fortnite players. But I don't need my fingers working 10 to the dozen. Do I really need these trigger keys for quick action? Probably not. For Baldur's Gate, point and click, yeah. Do I need a cutting edge keyboard for that? Probably not. But I wouldn't mind one with nice fancy lights on it, to light up in the dark and all that kind of stuff. It would be quite nice. So if you've got any ideas or recommendations for a keyboard that's reasonably priced, because as I said last time with the Patreon money, I like to be, like I am with my own money, a bit frugal and go for a good deal. Don't want to just spend it frivolously. If you've got any decent keyboards that you think, yeah, you know what, it's going to be fit for purpose, you don't have to have all the cutting edge keys, but it's got a nice bit of a feature there, let me know some ideas for a keyboard, and I'll keep you posted in the next vlog as to what I've purchased. But yeah, that's coming out of the Patreon money, and this is the exact kind of thing that is really useful in terms of putting it back into the channel. A new keyboard certainly is welcome, and of course purchasing games to bring directly to you guys through the game series. So yeah, straight over slightly the 20-minute mark, but hey ho, it wouldn't be a vlog or an update video unless I ran over time. So yes, let me know, please let me know about some keyboards that I might be able to purchase. I'll keep an eye and see which ones you recommend and do a bit of research on top and come up with a final deciding choice. And to finish off, I forgot to mention, when I went to Manchester, I was that impressed with Manchester's atmosphere and the nightlife of the place. I know it was slightly different because there was an event going on that we got involved with, but for my Christmas do at work, well, with my mates, we always have a Christmas party. We go out in Leeds at Christmas time and gather, get a few of us together and go out. I said, you know what, let's go to Manchester again. So I think it's the 7th, Saturday the 7th of December. We're booked in to a much better apartment this time. I googled it, did my proper research. It's a proper 4-star apartment with a separate bedroom, enclosed internal kitchen and bathroom and everything. It's called the Staybridge, is it? The Staybridge Suites? It's like a suite, it's really nice. Yeah, we're going out into Manchester for our Christmas soiree this year. So yeah, that's how much I enjoy Manchester. Right, anyway, Christmas talk, and it's September. It's the nature of the beast, isn't it? It's almost upon us once again. Anyway, until next time, see you soon.